self is the illest. Master self is the illest. Master self is the illest. Master self is the illest. I hold niggas hostage and raise the ransom. My flesh no nigga contest. My bones adamantium. My soul can take control of the whole globe. My lyrics lift your spirit and leave your body froze. Your thoughts move like a tortoise with rigor mortis.
Holip, what you got? You got anything from the chat line? We got 11 minutes left.
Yeah, I want to ask about the Islam issue, and like I don't want to mention any names because this is not the WWE, but I'm just curious as to first I want to ask Brother Phil, the people that are going against you in terms of the Islam thing, I'm just trying to figure out what is their argument, because Islam is basically an AD religion. How can you plausibly claim that it's ancient? Like, what have they done to do that?
Well, what they're doing, the way you legitimize yourself is to try to take what you represent now and give it legitimacy by connecting it to something way past that you can identify with as old enough to claim legitimacy for your existence. So to claim that Islam is valid and should be seen and deemed as valid, because what happens is none of the religions that most of the people are dealing with can go back further than not the Hebrew, what we're looking at, or the ancient Coptic that we're looking at, which is Ethiopic or Cushite. It can't get any further back than the Cushite, or either go back even further than the ancient Hindu, or what we call the Dravidian religion, or the ancient Kemetic. It cannot go back that far. So when you need legitimacy, you have to be able to connect yourself. And the fact that we have a Kemet rising consciousness going on around the country, where everybody is adopting Kemetic names, when everybody is looking to Kemetic science, not religion, but the Kemetic sciences that created religions, they need to connect themselves psychologically, historically, to a time somewhere adjacent to ancient Kemet, or at least earlier than ancient Kemet, to give legitimacy and to attach Islam to that and say, look, this is what our people created, and this is a new version or expression of that old religion, going back to what we call the Kusha Dweepas, the 7 Kusha Dweepas, or the 7 regions that ancient Kush expanded and flowered out into. So they're trying to legitimize the existence of Islam today as a viable religious concept that came directly from a cultural base that was legitimate to our people, which they can't do, because essentially you can attach a rose to a carnation bush. They're both flowers. They're both flowers, but they do not belong to the same genus. So to say that because the religion of Islam came via Arabia, that somehow Arabia, having been under the auspices of the Kush people, and we were the ones who created all of the context that made Islam what it is, that Islam, because it came as a flower from that somehow it's legitimized, that doesn't make any sense. But guess what? People who do not understand the movement of life and culture and how it mutates and shows itself as these different things, they will go with that. They will stay with that, and they will feel comfortable, because what is religion? It's a camaraderie. It's a support structure. It's a way to uplift. It's a way to make one feel better about themselves, make one get an idea of what it's like to be in a God presence. It's about structuring a feeling to make someone feel better about themselves. So, yes, now if I could connect the intellect and say that historically, here's what was really going on, and say that Islam is the genuine offshoot of that, then I have legitimized Islam into the future. I have given it a precedent. I've given it a foundation, a genetic, a psycho-spiritually, psychogenetic foundation that I could say is legitimate. No, it don't work that way, because you know and I know what Islam really is. You know and I know what quote-unquote Christianity really is. And at the basis of that, it's control. period.
Right.
That's right. And we got 7 minutes left. And first of all, without mentioning anyone's name, because they're not worth mentioning, stop putting our elders on flyers being disrespectful. People are so ready to jump at people that is for our community and has proven track records, but they don't jump at who they say is the manifestation of the devil. They're not ready to threaten their lives or put them out there like that. That's weak and that's disrespectful. So I don't condone that, and none of my listeners condone that.
And I just want to make a comment. I just find it funny and interesting that everybody is now requiring for works to be peer-reviewed, and now they want, like some direct sources of evidence, but yet your source that you're deriving from is the Bible and the Quran. Were they peer-reviewed?
There you go. And that's the type of feminization of manhood. You see, manhood was based on reason and logic. If we could speak reason and logic, then we can actually bridge into understanding the abstract, because the abstract still has its anchoring in a logic that can make you connect the dots. But you hit it right on the head. How is it you could go back and tell me that this is legitimate, yet still your religion states that your prophet sat up in a cave and was visited by an angel from Christianity?
Exactly.
Doesn't make any sense, and until we begin to put the logic and the reason back into it, we will always fall prey to those who believe that they've been sent by God to tell us what to do.